Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Steam Prison, and we were just finishing up the grand ending, right? I was like, what's it called? It's not the common, the grand ending. So, I'm not sure if we'll be able to get all of it in today, because I think I'm a little bit behind compared to where I was originally. Not sure. Plus, we still got to listen to some of the voice acting and all of that up. And I also don't have a full hour to be able to record today. So I might have to stop and like edit parts together. But we'll see. We'll see where we get, and see what happens. So anyway, we made our way through the halls with Finn taking point, just as we had before. But unlike before, we had Sir Cordoa with us. Now and then we encountered police officers, but nobody opposed us. This is weird. Wouldn't they normally attack us? Perhaps they've been reluctant about rebelling against Saint Eunay all along. Uh-huh. Is Sakia a big deal? More than that. When he steps somewhere, flowers start to bloom. What? Really? That's a miracle. I just made that up. I hate you. We'll arrive soon. Please stay focused on our task. Yes, Ulrich. Did you hear that? You're the one who needs to focus, damn it! Because, like, we have so much to go through. Why, hello. Haas. What a ridiculous sight. People were gathered in front of Saint Eunay's room. I just assume it's fucking Warner Evans. I can't quite recall, but I know we run into him. The group consisted of a number of police officers as well as the two Evans men. Yeah, okay, duh. Just says that right now. Huh. We sent you because you were brimming with confidence. But look how useless you turned out to be. Step aside and release Saint Eunay. No, you'll not disrupt our plan. Plan, huh? How do you plan to escape and lead the people? Will you try to be an autocrat? It's easy to make it to the top. The difficult part is staying there. Will you crumble under the weight of authority? Elcreed wouldn't, because he's fucking amazing! Shut up, boy! What does a scum from the depths know about authority? How dare you talk to my boyfriend that way? I'm speaking from experience. He seems quite determined. What shall we do? Kick his ass. If they block our way, we must remove them. I.e., kick his ass. I gripped my sheath and drew my sword. Lord Warner, if you won't step aside, then I need to remove you by force. And he's like, she's gonna kick your ass, Dad. She kicked my ass. Huh. And what can a little girl hope to accomplish? I'm gonna kick your ass. Lord Warner snorted, grabbing the sword of a nearby police officer. Father, stand back. If she wants a duel, so be it. This won't take long. But, shut up. If you'd killed her, we wouldn't have to go through all this trouble. Think about that, Fitzgerald. Yes, Father. God, he's more of a doormat than Finn. You drew your sword first and you look confident, but I'm not a beginner. I will kill you! He's fast. He was much faster than he looked. I was so surprised that I almost moved too late. My body instinctively blocked the strike coming down from above. I focused on Lord Warner. Let me show you the folly of defying me. Ha! I literally at first thought it said men instead of me, and I was like, wow! That's slightly more douchey than saying you, but damn. How can he be so strong? The blows came again and again. I couldn't predict his attacks. All I could do was step back and defend. I'm not going to stay on the defensive forever. Ha! I pushed his heavy sword away and closed the distance. Before he could go on the offensive again, I slashed upwards. There. Swift and sure, my blade stopped next to his throat. What? I win, Lord Warner. If you're the fighter you seem to be, you know that you can't recover from this. Yield. Father! When my sword was leveled at Lord Warner, Lord Fitzgerald came running towards me. Oh no. I barely got a glance at his sword before... You won't. A black shadow slammed into Fitzgerald. I'm not sure. A few moments later, I got a good view at the shadow. Sir Eunay! I thought it was him, but I wasn't sure. We knew it wasn't Finn, because, like, fuck him. But anyway, I'm here, too. We came to help because we didn't need long to treat them. Looks like the right decision. It's like, I'm here, too! Yeah, but you didn't do anything! You're just standing there with your arms crossed, Adage. Jesus. Interrupting a duel. Have you no shame? Stop. Please stop. Lord Warner let go of the sword and went over to Lord Fitzgerald. Oh, now you're going to protect your precious baby son even though you was going to throw him under the bus? Oh, such a fucking douche. He leaned over Fitzgerald, trying to protect him from Sir Eunay's sword. He's a fool, but I love my son. Don't hurt him. You didn't hold back attacking us, and now you want us to spare your kid? Selfish asshole. Ulrich speaks truth. That's why we love him. Yes, but that's what love of your family is like. Sure, but just because they love each other, we don't have to let them go. What are we going to do? Sir Eunay, please sheath your sword for now. Roger. I walked up to Lord Warner and as Sir Eunay sheathed the sword, punch him in the face! Lord Warner, let me ask you again. Why did you attack my father and my mother? Did the Testellas do something to incur your wrath? No, I don't care about the Testellas. Just did what Glissade Roselight said. Glissade? The one with the hounds? Yes. Told me to make sure you got sent to the depths alive. No other doctor wants to work with the hounds. I've been ignoring his crimes in order to observe the hounds and the rest of the depths. Glissade Roselight works for me. He's a dog, and my dog wanted food. You, Spacey Testella. A master feeds his dog. It's funny. You're saying he's your dog, and yet you did exactly what he asked you to do. It sounds like more like you're his bitch. But that's okay. A dog? Yes, the doctor is a dog of a temple, just like the hounds and all the other police officers. Curse the man for bringing about this situation. What's wrong, Adage? Nothing. I'm not feeling well. I'm going to take a walk. I pondered what Lord Warner had said as Adage disappeared. Glissade wanted me. And that's the only reason you attacked me? And yet you say he's your dog? Sounds like you're his bitch. I wish you would say that. Come on. Yes? Does that make you upset? If you want to attack me, do. Kill me if you wish. Oh no, I want you to suffer long and hard. No, if I attack you now while you're defenseless, then I'm no better than you. We'll let the law decide. You will be judged. Finn? I know. You two, come here. Yeah, okay. The one time you're actually a good boy, Finn. Finn, I know, yeah. Lock yourself up with them, ass. Finn commandeered the two police officers on duty and had them tie the hands of Lord Warner and Lord Fitzgerald. I'll lead them and Sir Cordova to the holding cells. I don't trust you! What, you probably let him go, you dick. I'll go with him just in case. Thank you, Inez. Yeah, Inez is like, we can't trust this fucker. Thanks. I turned around. I'm sure Inez is like, I'll go with him just in case they escape. No, you need to go with him to make sure he doesn't let them go, because he's a shady son of a bitch and we don't trust him. She trusts him, but I fucking don't. Thank you, Inez, being smart. I turned around and looked at the door to Saint Eunay's room. And the good thing is now we don't have to look at Finn anymore and it won't make me angry. So I'm still fucking angry. Finally, I hope he's unhurt. He's immortal. It's gonna happen to him. Let's hope so. We will find out. He's fucking immortal. He's fine. Saint Eunay. Oh, Spacey, welcome back. Inside was Saint Eunay, giving me a surprised look. Saint Eunay, you're unhurt. Good. Yes, I'm the very image of health. They didn't try anything, and I don't think it would have worked. I was just bored being locked in here, that's all. I thought this would be a bit more serious. Oh, you said you thought he'd be fine just moments ago. Were you worried after all? Like hell I was. Oh, you shy boy. I'm not shy. I'm always direct and honest. Hey, who were those young men? Representatives from the depths? They seem very young. Yes, I brought two more, but would you have preferred older people? No, not at all. I wouldn't want to deal with some ancient geezer. Speaking as someone who's 400 plus years old, just by the way. I'd like to spend some time talking to you, but government calls. We'll meet and talk later. We're back. I'm sorry it took so long. We'd moved into a meeting room. After a little while, Sir Eunay's, Adage, and Finn came back. It's all right. How did it go? We moved them to the holding cells without trouble. I have the key on me. I don't think they can escape. I hate you. I see. Fuck you. She said thank you, but I just don't like Finn, so. Adage, how are you feeling? I'm okay. Calm down. Adage looked up. His face was tense and grim. What's wrong? Hey, Inez, isn't that Saint Eunay? Yes, it's him. He's moving. Well, of course I move. He talked. I talk, yes. I guess I'm used to that sort of reaction. Sit down, you two. Apologies. They're like, he talked, he moved. He's like, of course I fucking move, what the hell? Saint Eunay sat in the center with me, Finn, Sir Inez, and Adage to his right. Elcreed and Ulrich sat on his left. So, we're not sitting at a table, we're literally sitting in a long line where we have to look at each other instead of, like, across from each other where, you know, it's easier. It's the dumbest thing ever. Now then, thank you for coming to my rescue. Or at a round table. Hello? The root of the oh, I guess he's at the head of the table and they're... Okay. That makes more fucking sense. Did it say head of the table? Maybe it did and I'm just dumb. Okay, anyway. Woo! The root of the rot in the temple can be traced to Warner Evans. His son, Fitzgerald Evans, assisted him, as did the police officer Cordoa Haas. And the same goes for the Dr. Glissade Roselight. Warner Evans was in my personal circle. I should have been more attentive. I'm sorry that it came to this. Oh no, it all worked out in the end. If something had befallen you, the heights would have been in chaos. And not just the heights, the depths as well. There are more believers than you think. Hold on. Sneeze. Sorry. My allergies are acting up, but you're gonna have to deal with it and suffer through it because I gotta get this done, man. I'm busting my ass to get this done for you. Also, I gotta be honest. There's a part of me that thinks it's kind of nice that the grand ending like kind of wraps up everything, kind of puts everything together, and like everything that happens in all the other routes kind of happens in this one. But at the same time, it's like it gets to this point, and you're like, this is such a fucking slog. Especially because now it's the second time I've played it. I'm like, wow. I even remember the first time being like, this is a really long fucking ending. 3 freaking hours? Like, it's long. And like now I'm like, yes, great. Okay, we fought. We did a lot of fighting. Now we're here and let's talk about the politics. And oh my god, can we just get to the point? Like, I don't know. The second time around, it's worse. Like the first time you're like, it's a little long, but like, I guess, okay. Now I'm like, oh god, I just wish this would end. Like, it's just so much. It's like, it's kind of painful to do it a second time. Because there's just so much that it's like, I guess if they glossed over it, it'd be weird. But it's kind of like, okay, so we sat down to talk about it. But now we got to go through 4 hours of their conversation. And it's like, I don't care about the politics and like everything. Like, we know all of this. But I guess it's nice because they're telling you again. So you'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot that detail. And they were expounding on it a little bit, but it's still like, oh my god, we know all this. Anyway. Yes, although I'm a normal human being outside this immortality. Let's introduce ourselves first. I'm Eunay Sakie. It makes me uncomfortable to say this, but I rule this area. Now all of you, it doesn't have to be a long introduction. Just tell us who you are. I'm Elcreed Valentine, and the head of Valentine Bank. Oh, I remember your name. We met not long ago. You've grown up. Next. I'm Ulrich. Ulrich Ferry. Ferry? Was one of your ancestors called Arsengleim? Is that related to why I'm here? No, it's not. Thank you for coming, Ulrich Ferry. Inez Heinrich Hein. Inez Heinrich Hein. This is funny saying it. I'm honored to meet you in person, Your Grace. You're welcome. You seem to be with the Hounds. I'm glad to have you here. I'd like to know more about their situation. Adage. And no last name? Well... What is it, Adage? It's like, this is the only reason for the introductions. Like, let's go around and introduce ourselves. We already know them. Why do we have to do this? I know it's like 2 minutes, but... My last name is Roselight. Adage Roselight. Roselight? I'm the same as Glissade. Are you related? Well, he's my father. Your father? Yes, I couldn't say when I heard you talk about it. I wanted to, but... He's my father. I am myself. I became a doctor because of him, trying to make him proud. But I'll stop now. I'll try to find my own path. If you accept that, that is. We don't know the extent of Glissade Roselight's crimes yet, but it's unrelated to you. You're welcome here, Adage Roselight. Thank you. And lastly, Spacey and Finn. Oh, fuck, Finn's still here. Pushes him out of his chair. Finn interrupted Saint Eunay and stood up. Should I leave? Yes. What? Why? I hate how she's so fucking accepting of his assholery. I don't know anything about the depths and my birth is low. I really shouldn't be Ow! No, you really shouldn't, because you're a fucking traitorous bastard, and I don't give a crap that people think, like, oh no, but he just did what he... No! You could have not backstabbed me the second fucking time, but you kept doing it, so... I elbowed Finn in the side as he was trying to leave. Finn, you should stay here. We wouldn't be here without you. No! We would have been arrested. No! 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 Because I'm not buying for a fucking second that he's like, well, I tricked you into coming to the chapel and told them that I was going to have you because it's the only thing I could think. No, you would have told us. You're just a jackass, and I won't forgive you for it. And I know there's some people who will give him excuses. Well, no, he, lied to them and said that he was going to trick us, and then he brought us there so that we could win in the fight and blah, blah, blah. No, but he would have fucking told us that. And I get it's going to be, well, because the game, they wanted to keep it a surprise. No. That just makes me hate Finn. And if you didn't want me to hate Finn, you should have had him been like, here's the thing. I told them I was going to lure you here, so let's go and trick them. Cool! Then I'd have been on Finn's side. You know what I mean? That does not spoil the story to have that little thing come out earlier. You just want me to like Finn despite the fact that he's a fucking prick. And it's not going to happen. Because I don't trust him. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him or push him off the edge of the fucking heights. Okay, no. No. No, you don't deserve to be here. We would have been arrested. Yeah, no, we probably would have been fucking killed. With or without him. Asshole. Oh, we're gonna give you credit for this. But I'm a worthless piece of shit. Yes, you are. I hate you. She's right. Stay here. We need you, so sit down. Alright. I'm sorry. Yeah, you should be. I just hate Finn, okay? I just fucking hate him and I can't get over it. I'm sorry, I can't. He's got no guts for someone so huge. He really doesn't. Ulrich, if you keep bad-mouthing others, you'll never grow taller. Shut up! How can those two things be related? Saint Eunay shifted his posture and closed his eyes. I'm sure she's told you why you're here. You're here specifically to help me reform the government. He opened his eyes again and his smile was gone. He looked very serious. And the first step will be dissolving the assembly. Three days later. It was a day later at night. So many are here already. On Saint Eunay's orders, we were in the assembly room of the temple. Ordinarily, this was the place where the nobility held its assembly. Most of its members had already gathered. Saint Eunay was going to dissolve the assembly over dinner. It seemed that the members had already been told. The atmosphere was heavy. Look at them stuffing their mouths with all that nice food and still looking glum. Ulrich was visibly uncomfortable, unlike Elkried, who was smiling. This is standard fare for a politician. They need to represent the area and its wealth. The people might respect someone living off potato sprouts and simple water, but they wouldn't be proud of them. Someone like that would be an embarrassment when dealing with other regions, so they have to live accordingly. And that's my opinion anyway. Of course it is, because you like standing out in a crowd. Not at all. I stand out without meaning to. It takes a rare brand of man for that. I love how he's so fucking full of himself. I just fucking do. I'm sorry. He just amuses the shit out of me. Yeah, sure, whatever. Get the radio ready now. We can set it up to run over there. Let's go. I watched them work and thought about Elkried's words. I always thought living a simple, aesthetic life was best, but perhaps you shouldn't overdo it. Still, being too wealthy in comparison to others can't be good, can it? I wonder how the people think about my father. I hope they like him. Here you are. I don't know who's saying that. One of them. Okay. Saint Eunay's, Adage, Finn. Are you alone? No, Elcreed and Ulrich are working on the radio over there. No, I would never be alone anywhere you might be, because you'll probably try to kidnap me and or stab me. Look. I pointed toward them. Adage grimaced. Saint Eunay's and Adage were taking care of other business the entire day. Did you finish what you set out to do? No, it'll still take time. However, Saint Eunay arranged for us to be here. I have nothing to do here, but I can use the time to think about some things for a moment. I see. Tell me if there's anything I can help with. Both of them. Do something about Finn. I wish I could, but I'm not allowed to push him off the edge. See, even they hate Finn. You sent him as a guide, but all he does is sigh and he's mentally absent. He's useless as a guide. He's just fucking useless! Finn! Normally I'm paired with you. I felt so fidgety. I'm sorry. See? He's so fucking clingy. I'm not with you, so I can't live. He's gonna get stabby even after this ends, okay? He's just fucking crazy. Push him off the edge. What? Oh, you're here too. I don't know who's saying that. Assuming it... Oh. Elcreed, Ulrich! Did you set up the radio? Yeah, I'm not gonna mess up something easy like that. Going to work. What's a radio? Oh god, do we have to have this fucking conversation again? Oh, right. Of course Finn doesn't know. How can I explain it to him, though? So there are two little boxes. They're about this big. Maybe a bit smaller? Anyway, you could talk to one of the boxes and hear the voice from the other box. Something like that. I understand that they put it in, like, the detail, because if they hadn't, you'd be talking about a radio, and you'd be like, Finn doesn't know what a radio is, how come he's not asking? But, like... They could have easily done the, what's a radio? I explained to Finn what a radio is, but no, we gotta go through it's things like this, though, and I think that's what drives me crazy. Like, there's just too much on this route, and I'm just over it. Like, I'm bored with it. Like the grand ending. It's too long. It's too long. I'm making it longer, but... Uh-huh. That was a horrible explanation. Don't insult Spacey. Be careful how you talk to her. Fucking shut up, Finn. What are you on about? Just talk the way I always talk. Why would I go easy on a woman? Why did you... Finn, stop it. Ulrich, we're in the Heights. Be mindful of your manners, especially with jackasses like that. He didn't say it, I did. You're not my goddamn guardian. Please, you two. Kids. Kids. I'm not a kid. Don't call me that. Come on. Everything's happened so quickly. I enjoy the little bickering amongst our things like that. Those are cute. But then we go into the politics and you're like, ugh. Of course they had. Saint Eunay had come. At last. And this might be a historic moment. Yes. I hope I don't miss anything. I hope I do, because I don't really want to go through this slog. Saint Eunay stopped in front of the throne. He looked around, resting his eyes on each face in turn. And thank you for coming on such short notice. And also, thank you for your work until now. It seems you've already been notified, but as of today, the temple assembly is dissolved. The temple itself will be dissolved, at least for a time. I know that you must be worried that I'm destroying such a long history, but it's been decided, and now it must be done. Please listen to what I have to say. Please don't make me read it. I don't remember if we do or not. Okay, good. It's just... I get the purpose of this ending, but, like, they put almost too much detail where they could have kind of... Like, hey, here's the thing. We already told you that the assembly was disbanded, and then we go to tell you it was disbanded, and then we're doing it again, and it's like... I get it. You could do a couple of lines and not have us sit through all of it. Look, I've recorded this twice now. And the second time around, it really is, you're like, oh, I just remember now being like, wow, this is really fucking long. And it kind of felt painful, but I kind of choked it back. Like, it's fine. But now doing it again, I'm like, are we still doing this? It's worse the second time around. Like, I did not complain about it as much the first time. It was like, this is really long. And like, is it ever going to end? Like, is this the length of the whole game? But the second time around, it's just, I'm bored with it. I don't want to, like, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I'm bitching about it, but I just don't want to do it a second time. Because, like, we know all this, and it's great, and they're trying to do it, but I feel like we could have made it shorter. Anyway, I'm making it worse, I know. Once the commotion had subsided, Saint Eunay continued. Until a new assembly could be installed, Saint Eunay was going to rule directly, and Finn Euclid was going to lead the police. The most untrustworthy fucking bastard in existence, but okay. Finn looked surprised. It seemed he hadn't been told of this before. Finn had to be convinced to do it. We told him it was only going to be until a new assembly was in place. Afterwards, Saint Eunay introduced Elcrete and Ulrich and explained his intention to talk to the Depths. Like this, I don't mind. We're going quickly over, but we're not reading through 700 lines of him saying this. You're just giving a brief overview of what's happening. This is all we needed for, like, a large bulk of this route. There was resistance to that as well. However, Saint Eunay had decided it. The delegates resolved to assist. Since, I think, Saint Eunay had... The next morning, Saint Eunay had called for me again. Excuse me. Oh, they're here too. Other than Saint Eunay, Elcrete Ulrich, Sir Inez, Adage, and Finn were all present. I closed the door and sat down. Finn, you look tired. Yes, my father kept me up. He wanted to celebrate your promotion to the top of the police. That's nice. You have a father who's happy for you. Oh. We fell silent. Adage showed a complicated expression before shrugging, and we're still not even close to the end. Like, I don't think we're going to finish in this part, because I rambled a lot. And I'm just like, ugh, over it. I didn't say that to get sympathy out of you. Don't read my own situation into everything. Apologies. Word was sent to the hounds yesterday to arrest Glissade. I see. Well, of course. Criminals must be punished. He needs to face that. Can we stop talking about me? We have something important to discuss here. Oh, wait. Ulrich, what about the radio? Sure. Ulrich stood up, walked towards the window, and set down the radio transmitter. We were watching Ulrich fiddle with the radio when Finn whispered in my ear, and I punched him in the face. Is that thing really going to send our voices to the Depths? Apparently. The Depths have developed some terrifying technology. Wait till you see guns! Ulrich sat back down, and Saint Eunay began to speak. Now, thank you for attending my speech yesterday. The delegates were very surprised, but they took the news better than I had feared. Your virtue shines bright for them. Heh, I hope so. I've gathered you here from the Depths to build relations between us. There have been no official relations between us in a long time. I've always regretted that. And the government is strong authority in the Heights, and the temple guarantees excellent public safety. And that might look like paradise to you, or like a prison. The people lose their individuality, moving merely as part of the whole, sacrificed for society. I think human beings can live in many different ways. I don't think robbing them of the freedom to choose their own path is good. Besides, the flood may have rent us apart, but we used to be one people. Our circumstances now may be different, but it makes no sense to hate each other. I want to break through this cycle of hate. We may live in a different culture now, but if we work together, we can make a brighter future. Of course, it'll take time to rid ourselves of hate. It won't disappear overnight. But we must do this for the future. What do you think? I agree with what you've said, Saint Eunay. What? Really? Are you serious, El? Why should we deal with the Heights? Well, medical knowledge, for example. Adage and all the other good doctors in the Depths are from the Heights. Doctors from the Depths exist, but they're vastly inferior. The Depths have a damper climate, and germs spread more easily. Viral epidemics aren't uncommon, but we don't have the knowledge to combat them. We just sit them out. Next is food production. The Depths have more available land, but we have no selective breeding programs or agricultural technology. The Heights are managing to be self-sufficient. Their agricultural technology must be excellent. There are more areas I'd like to work on, but these two alone would greatly improve life in the Depths. That's amazing. His behavior aside, I'd taken him to be kind and positive, but too young to be leading his people. But he seemingly had an extensive opinion on everything Saint Eunay had said. See, just where she's misjudging people. I didn't think he'd be this smart. Yeah, you misjudged him. And also you're like, Finn is trustworthy. Yeah, you're misjudging him. Just saying. This must be what Sir Eunay was talking about. I looked at Elcreed, impressed by how quickly his mind must have worked. He noticed my gaze on him and smiled. Then he looked back at Saint Eunay. I'm not saying this to please you, Saint Eunay. I agree only because I have carefully thought about the matter. However, I have one condition. Which is? Would you address the people in the depths directly, please? Directly? Are you saying he should go down? No, not that. Considering the numbers there, it would be very inefficient. Use that. Elcreed gestured towards the window. The window? The radio. Elcreed stood up and approached the radio transmitter. To all representatives in the depths, this is Elcreed. You're listening to him, aren't you? Prepare radio receivers in every area by tonight. And this is a rare opportunity to let the people in the depths listen to Saint Eunay. Thank you. And Saint Eunay simply needs to speak to them in the same way. They will hear him. He took the transmitter. There isn't a response. Oh, there isn't a response. Are you sure? Yes, they'll distribute radios and everyone will be able to hear Saint Eunay's voice. If they cooperate, at least. Saint Eunay's voice? It'd be nice if the people in the Sanctuary District could hear him too. Very well. I'll instruct my men to send radios to them. How does he instruct? He's got a cell phone. This motherfucker's like, whip out my smartphone, text him. I'll text them! You know what? My God, you're so fucked up here in the Heights. That's a radio. They're a lot smaller now. You know these machines? Yes, Arsene Clem invented them. He was my family. Before the flood, right? I'm amazed you remember that. Of course. I wouldn't forget my family. They were as big as the table here, and now you can carry them around. Technology in the depths is impressive. Saint Eunay gave a faint smile and looked at the ceiling. If you speak to them, I'm sure an account of dinner would make them weep. I thought this be more difficult. I don't know whether I should feel relieved or disappointed. And the clock will advance once more. The radio you invented will usher in the future, Arsene Clem. I hope you're watching. Ulrich pulls his head in a glass jar. Yeah, he's fine. Just kidding. I hope you can hear it.
私の声がすべてのものに届いていることを強く願う。400年と少し前、洪水を予知した一部の者たちは、天上に人工の地を作る計画を立てた。計画に組みする者、上界に住む者たちの祖先のほとんどが、専門職の者だった。ある者は農学、ある者は科学、ある者は経済学。さまざまな分野から秀でた者が代表として選ばれ、この地に住むことにした。いつか起こると予測されていた大洪水。上界はその天災に備えるために作られた研究施設だったんだ。研究が進み、環境が整った頃、大きな問題が2つ発生した。一つ、大洪水が起こったとして地上にいる人々全員を救う手立てが見つからないこと。全員を収容するだけの広さは上界にはなかった。もう一つは、この上界が完成する前に大洪水が発生してしまったこと。私たちは救いたかったものを救えなかった。少しも。全くだ。運よく生き延びることができた。ただそれだけだった。この真実は下界の君たちからすれば言い訳でしかない。君たちの祖先は上界の者が想像できないほどの苦しみを味わい、洪水を乗り越えた。私たちはその事実を知りつつ無視し続けた。 見捨てたのも同然だ。また上界では限りある資源で生き抜くために統治という檻に入れられ、人間が本来持つべきである自由を奪ってしまった。衣食住や治安、さらに人口や婚姻まで全て管理下に置かれ、家畜のような不便さを強要してしまった。当事者の一人として全てのものに謝りたい。本当にすまなかった。だが遅くなったとはいえ手遅れだと私は思いたくない。上界の者も下界の者も元は同じ地上に住んでいた仲間だからだ。上界の者は下界を怖がり、下界の者は上界を非難する。このような不条理のくさびを壊し、いがみ合うことを止めたいと心から願っている。その第一歩として私は下界の暮らしの改善を約束しよう。衣食住及び医療の技術や書物の提供をし、下界の者たちの学力の向上を努める。下界には資源や機械技術の取引を願いたい。その貿易は互いに利益を生み、双方の発展につながるだろう。そのため私は上界に新しい評議会の構築を宣言する。詳しい取り決めは上界の代表と下界の代表で構成される新しい議会で平等に審議されるだろう。ゆくゆくは自由に交流できるよう法整備を進めていく所存だ。上界と下界を隔てていた不条理の溝は深く、今日や明日で修復できるものではない。だが数十年数百年かかろうとも、君たちが亡くなった後も、君たちの子孫と共に私は諦めず取り組むことをここに誓おう。今日の言葉はその決意だ。私ユネ石英は宣言する。君たちの力を貸してほしい。今日から始まる新しい世界のために。
So hopefully you read along with that. I knew that that was coming at some point, but I forgot it was right then and there. So hopefully you could hear it, because I'm not sure how loud everything was. It seemed quiet to me, but I had my headset turned way down. But unfortunately, that was like the end credits, and there's nothing I could do about like just reading it for you because it just auto went. But also, yeah. I mean, and even he still talks. So you heard Eunay's voice, which just, it doesn't fit Eunay to me. That's the thing I have with the voice acting. Some of them I'm like, yes. A lot of them didn't really fit for me. But, anyway. So no, it's not over yet. We get to keep going. So here we go. Anyway. I wonder if that was enough. Maybe I should have been more concise. I hope they understood what I meant. Or what I want. Oh, I think it was a good address. Very well done, Your Grace. Thank you for listening to me. The door behind us opened and a single police officer entered. He whispered something into Finn's ear and left. What is it, Finn? Well... We were reminiscing so happily. What a shame. As it turned out, Sir Sasha was coming from the depths. Okay. We were reminiscing so happily, and now Sasha's here and ruined it. I just kind of like how that's worded. So funny. We had gone to the station without Saint Eunay to receive him. Why do I have to see his face even all the way up here? I nodded, completely agreeing with Ulrich. Because Sasha is bringing glissade. Glissade? Adage, are you alright? Yes. I might never get the chance to speak to him again. I'm gonna tell him how I feel. Again, this is basically the summation of every single individual route, but kind of like put into one. So it's like, we've done all this, but we're doing it all again, but in one route. So on one hand, it's nice. On the other hand, I feel like I've read it all, and I have. And it's a very long ending. And it's just, I'm sorry, but I'm bored reading it a second time. Like, I don't know. I just am. I think part of it too, I'm sorry, is just the fact that deep down I'm still like, I have to do this again. And it's not a dig at the game. It's just I'm doing this for a second time. Even though I've tried to get over it and I'm like, yeah, we can do this. Woo, I'm glad we can do this. I'm glad we get to do this, so it's not like I'm leaving you hanging. But I also hate that I have to do this again because Eunay's route, not my favorite. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, oh my god, if this romance was so, it just, was, okay. Don't really want to have to read it again. You know? This, longest fucking ending ever. I know it's almost its own route. Pretty much is. That's why it's called the Grand Route ending. But it was kind of like, wow, this is really freaking long the first time, and now I'm doing it again. So it's just like, if we read through Ulrich and Elcreed's routes again, I probably wouldn't be as like, ugh, because I really enjoyed those. These are just not that thrilling for me personally, and I have to do them again. So it's a combination of things. Also, I don't like Finn. So every time he's just there, I get mad. Again, that's a personal... It's a personal problem, all of this. But anyway. Oh, they're here. Adage became tense. His nervousness wore off on me, and I gulped. Look, I know we hate him, but I love him. I got problems. Everyone's like, Finn's great. Fuck Finn. Goddamn Sasha. I love this asshole. I just love how everybody hates him, though. It's like, we were all happy. Sasha's coming. Oh, that's great. So many are in attendance for me. Sir Sasha. I wish to hand over Glissade. Who's taking him? Me. I'm taking him. What? You're the kid from the observation mission. Can't be right. It is. He currently commands the police force. See, even Sasha thinks this is complete and utter fucking bullshit. Inez, commanding the police isn't like playing house. Well, whatever. Sasha is smarter than all of us. Sasha is smarter than Eunay. Okay, Eunay's the one that decided this. I am Sasha Brandenburg, commander of the Hounds. We know who you are. I've arrested Glissade Roselight as requested and brought him here. I'm Finucleus, police commander. Good work. I'll take the suspect now. How dare you do this to me, you ungrateful runt? Ungrateful? We owe each other nothing. Sasha does what Sasha wants. Sorry, allergies again. Adage. Yeah, I know. Adage looked up and approached Glissade. Also, the voices are kind of falling off because at this point, I'm like, oh my god, so long. Father. You're... Adage Roselight, your son. Adage. Oh, I remember now. The recessive one. Yes, but I'd say I'm the better one now, looking at the situation. You sacrificed others for your selfish goals. I don't do that. Doctors have to save people. Rescue them. The person I looked up to is gone now. I'm not gonna chase after ghosts any longer. I'll surpass you and save more lives than you managed to extinguish. Goodbye, Father. Thank you for that brief and rousing speech as opposed to 6 hour long. We're done here. Start walking. Adage's closure is the best part of this because it's like fast and over with. Glissade was led away, glaring at Adage. Adage sighed when the door closed. That was nice, Adage. Yeah, I wanted to tell him how I feel about it. It's not going to bring back what time I lost, though. Just as the Heights will be reborn, I hope this can be a rebirth of sorts for me as well. I'm losing it with the voices, but it's just because I'm fucking exhausted. What a ridiculous charade. Sir Sasha. What? You have a problem with me speaking my mind? I don't know where his voice is going. It's whatever. I'm surprised you came to the Heights yourself. Yeah, they had to shoehorn me into this ending somehow. Legit. The cursed temple which exiled me has fallen. I had to bear witness to it myself. Bad people never change. Did you say something, rat? Don't call me a rat! Arguing is nice and well, but don't be violent. Personally, I'd like to see less arguing as well. Why, though? Arguing is also a form of socialization. I have to wonder. I grimaced at what Elcreed had said and watched Sir Sasha and Ulrich. You don't get cocky just because you're a little taller. I can make you even smaller with the touch of my blade. Can this be allowed to continue? Yes, actually, this is more entertaining than a majority of what happened in this route. I looked at Sir Eunay, worried about what might happen. He was looking at Sasha, perfectly at ease. Apparently, the situation was safe. He's like, Sasha's just being a bit of a bitch for no fucking reason. Hold on. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I lost my tissues and I need them. Oh, fuck my life. Rebirth, huh? I pondered what Adage had said and looked back. It's not helpful that I have to keep pausing to, like, blow my nose and crap. But... But I ain't got the time to spend more... And it's bad enough we're probably not going to finish this part in this part. But I'm trying to get this done, because I'm going to spend my weekend. So, you know, recording Collar X Malice Unlimited. I don't want to waste any more time on having to redo this. That's probably also it, too. Like, I'm like, can we hurry up and get this over with? Again, it's all me. It's all me. I know, it's all me. And I'm sorry I'm being unpleasant. Ugh. Anyway, exchange with the Depths was going to increase following Saint Eunay's announcement. There were still many unanswered questions, but that was part of what I was looking forward to. I wanted to be positive and accept whatever change would come. For the future, both the people's and mine. Is that the actual end of the end? Nope. A month later. Until later! Good morning. I look forward to working with you again. I wish you had fallen off the edge. Yes, as do I. Pretends. Today's the day, Finn. Yes, a new assembly starts its work. I want to know what they'll do. I'm a little worried too, though. It's a strange feeling. The new assembly. Under Saint Eunay's leadership, the entire temple administration had been reformed. Finn had stepped down from his temporary command of the police and had gone back to being a regular officer. That's how it is. Half the delegates are from the Depths, after all, and half of the ones from the Heights aren't nobility. Yes, I'm surprised so many experienced delegates lost their election. I didn't expect that. Your father is amazing. He won a very crowded constituency. I didn't expect that either. I knew he had designs for a higher office, but I didn't think they'd be political. He leads a company. His knowledge of the economy will be invaluable. But who would have thought he would win as well? Yes. Elcreed, Sir Eunay, and Adage were all present as delegates from the Depths. That makes sense, but why did Sir Sasha get elected? Maybe he was more popular all along than I thought. He probably beat people into it, but I don't know. And he's gonna remain commander of the Hounds, too. He might be a special case. A special case? Doesn't make sense. No, what doesn't make sense is why everybody loves Finn. Okay, sorry. I can't help it. I can't help myself. I see his face and I get punchy. I just want to punch him. Just a punchable face. I dealt with him a few times when I was in command, and my impression of him was much better than it was the first time we met. Because Sasha's not he's terrible on the outside, but he's delicate flower on the inside. Anyway, it was? Yes, he seemed more at peace. Perhaps I'm wrong. At peace? I can't picture that. Perhaps I was seeing things, but he was elected, so I expect he'll work as he should. Yes, let's hope that's the case. I think it's because 90% of this route is like, let's talk about all the politics and all that shit, and it's like, that's boring. Too much jibber-jabber. Like, I don't mind that there's no romance. Like, I mind that it's just friends, and we're bantering with our friends, and we're doing stuff, and that's great. It's just, a lot of it is like, let's talk for an hour about all the politics. I'm bored. Like, that conversation. I get it. We had to set that Finn's father won his election, but I'm already bored. Like, I hate politics, and I hate, like, war movies. Like, movies that deal with war. Like, it's a movie about I don't care. I don't want to watch it. I'm bored. Anyway. By the way, what did you end up doing? Finn looked at me questioningly, and I poked him in the ribs. Marriage regulations were abolished during the Reformation. Didn't you say you received a lot of letters proposing marriage? Did you accept one? Oh god, I remember this part. Okay. Alright. This is funny. I'll like Finn for a moment just for this. Oh, they're still coming in almost every day. I don't understand why. Okay, I don't understand either. Wait for it. There are many reasons. You're from a good family, and you yourself are well regarded, even though you're a psycho. Did you see a proposal you like? I was very busy with work. What about you? Me? This is fucking hilarious. Yes, you're much more amazing than I am. What about the proposals you got? I didn't get any at all. Really? Yes, not at all. Not even a single... Actually, wait, I got one. Because wait, the letter was full of flowery nonsense. I was vaguely amazed. Did they really think I would like that? And they didn't even say who they were. I threw it away. It must have been a prank. Threw it away. What is it, Finn? It was definitely an oversight by the sender to not mention their name. Damn right. Looks like neither of us is going to be married for the time being. Yeah, because it was Finn that sent it. So you know what? I love this moment. Because she's like, yeah, what a bunch of bullshit that trash was. And he's like, oh, yeah, you deserve to be stepped on like that. Look, right in this scene, I don't hate Finn. Because, like, he's being normal and whatever, and that's kind of funny and amusing. Overall, I hate Finn. But this is what I'm kind of hoping when his route comes out is like this. Like, you're going and you're like, okay, I hate you, but, like, I can at least enjoy the moment. And, like, let's just pretend I don't hate you. This is funny and amusing. Mostly because we're stepping on you. But, you know, it's still amusing, and I don't, like, fucking fit. It's like, you poor schmuck, we don't like you. You know, I don't have the blinding rage of hate. Like, so I hope his route is like this where I can enjoy it for itself. And yes, underneath I'm going to be like, I still hate you, but it's okay. You know, I want to enjoy his route. So it's going to have to be months and months from now. Just so I get over, like, my extreme dislike of him, because this is not going anywhere, like, anytime soon. It's been a month since I originally played the game to when I'm re-recording this, and I'm like, I still hate you just as much, if not more right now. If not more. Just keeps seeping in and making me more angry the more I have to go through this. But this scene in itself is, like, perfectly fine. So I hope his route's like this, where I, like, you know, I can enjoy it. Even if I'm going to be like, I still hate you, but the route's good, and, you know. Yes, but that's not so bad. We won't get sentenced for it. We can find someone we love now. El Creed. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that means, but the freedom feels nice. The freedom to never get married. Girl. We all accepted that unsanctioned love is a crime. But the longer I think about it, the more I think that trying to outlaw someone's love for someone else is wrong. We allowed that injustice into our lives. Our society hadn't just been unjust towards love. Injustice lay hidden everywhere in our lives, creeping up on us like a shadow. The biggest injustice was the division between the heights and the depths. Our place of birth had been different, and nothing more than that had led to centuries of conflict. There's a new assembly now, but the future is still unknown. Many things could go wrong. We still have to change either way. For a better future, we will have to change. It'd be kind of interesting if they did a, like, Steam Prison, like, fan disc, but instead of it branching off after each individual route, it branched off here. And then you chose your love interest. Like, now I'm free to choose who I want. And then you could pick any one of your boyfriends and go down, and it'd be like almost a entirely separate romance with them. Because, like, you could actually have a normal relationship with Eunay as opposed to I'm kind of being forced into it. So it feels a little fucking weird. And, like, there's not actual romance there. I'm just pretending for your sake. You know, because that's how that felt. You know? It would be interesting. Because it'd basically be like the whole game over again, but totally different. Anyway. We aren't simply protecting the peace in the heights. We're building a better future with the depths. Always faithful. Let's go, Finn. A month after the ending. Elcreed Valentine. Elcreed is working with Eunay to make new, better laws. He successfully stood for election and became one of the delegates from the depths. He's still working as the head of the bank and a representative of Liberalitas. I did like this. Ulrich Ferry. He went back to the depths and became an engineer. His knowledge led to new forms of transport, facilitating better travel. Currently, with Elcreed's financial backing, he's developing a plane. It's so cute. I love the little sketchy pictures, too. Adage Roselight. He was called upon to serve as a doctor by the temple. Along with his medical work in the Sanctuary District, he's working to improve rations there. The books he's written are credited with ushering in great improvements to medicine in the depths. Ines Heinrichheim. After finishing his work in the Heights, he was called up by the temple to become a police officer. He is unused to his position as administrator, but works hard to improve. He pours his efforts into the training of future police officers. Eunay Sakie. He neither ages nor dies. He's watching over the people, guiding them through their cycle of life. Spacey to Stella. I like how they don't put her name there because they don't know what her name is. Like, you know, if you changed her name. Spacey's working to keep the peace in the Heights as a rank 2 police officer alongside Finn. Ugh. Sometimes she goes into the depths to learn more about the situation there. I like how they changed, like, the little theme music for each character. You kind of notice is, like, every time Elcreed comes up, it was that same... I love this fucking CG, except for Finn. Fuck Finn in the background. He looks good in this, but, like, fuck him. But, like, look at everybody. Especially because... Look at our precious, perfect, beautiful prince in the middle. Hell yeah, I'll take your hand and fuck it, Elcreed. Jesus Christ. So there you go. The ending that never ends is finally ended. I'm actually gonna save. I made a save... Shit, where was it? Oh, fuck, where did it go? Oh, here we go. So hold on. I want to skip through this so we can listen to the voice acting. We'll get kind of here. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's go up. Okay, hold on. Before it shows up. Okay. Can we go to menu? Can we go to configure? Let's turn the voices all the way on. Oh, to sound. I'm going to turn the voices all the way up and hope you can hear them. And everybody else's voices are completely up as far as they go. So, okay. I'm not going to read anything, but... Okay. Sasha's voice is fucking perfect. Second time around, it's still fucking perfect. Oh, sorry.
俺です。いや、俺だ。
はあ？貴様あの時のガキじゃないか。冗談だろ。
I'm sorry, but I want a Sasha route, and I'm just gonna, like, leave the voice acting on and just let him, like, yell at me, because I want that abuse. His route, like, he would be far less, like, I kind of loved him anyway, even though I knew I would hate it if he had a route. But I'd love it even more if he was, like, degrading me in that voice. I don't know. Maybe that's my problem.
いや、今の警察官の統括は彼が担っている。
And that is not what I pictured for Inez. It's a nice, like, the voice acting's good. It's not like I have a problem. Like, sometimes, you know, you're like, I don't particularly like the sound of a certain voice or whatever. Usually it's female voices for me because they either tend to go... Like, sometimes they're super sexy and you're like, I like it. And then sometimes they're super high fucking pitch where they, like, hurt your brain. Like... And they usually go high pitch way too often. I can't stand, like, the high pitchness. But for me, some of the voices, they just don't match the character. Like, this doesn't seem like an Inez voice to me.
Inez. 警察官はままごとではないんだがな。まあいい。
He, like, practically purrs.
ハウンズリーダー、ザクセン・ブランデンブルク。
See, they call him Zaxxon.
上階の要請を受け、グリッサード・ローゼライトを拘束し、参上した。
So great.
警察官統括、フィン・ユークレース。任務ご苦労。容疑者の身柄、
責任持って預かろう。
I don't like Finn, but I like his voice. I'm not 100% sure if I think it matches Finn, but I do like his voice.
私にこんなことをするなど、この恩知らずが。
Close odds not as important.
互いに利用し、利用される仲だった俺たちに、そんなものはないだろう。
I think Sasha is my favorite.
ああ、わかってる。
Hold on.
父さん。アダージュ・ローゼライト。あんたの息子だ。
アダージュ。
We don't care about.
ああ。
I don't care about
そう
this
だ。
side.
だが、今のあんたと比べれば、俺の方がずっとマシだ。あんたは自分の目的のために他人を犠牲にしたそうだが、俺はそんなことをしない。医者は命をもてあそんではいけない。慈しみ、救うものだ。俺が憧れたあんたは、もうどこにも存在しない。幻影を追うのはもうやめだ。
This isn't bad.
俺はあんた
Okay, I'm gonna skip through some of this
立ち止まら
because we don't need to hear everybody's we don't have too much time. I'm not sure. I had to cut some bits. I had to like start and stop a couple times, so. But we need to get to our
くだらん茶番だ。
sorry. I can't help it. I love listening to him talk.
なん俺を、
性格悪っ。
ネズミ、何か言ったか。
僕をネズミって言うな。
Ulrich has exactly the
口
pitch I
論
thought.
するのはいいですけど、暴力沙汰はやめてくださいね。
See, that's the thing. That's not an Elcreed voice to me. There's for some reason that I'm just like, it doesn't match. It doesn't match. I feel like somebody else is talking.
いいじゃないですか。口喧嘩も一つの交流ですよ。
It's weird. It does not match for me. I can't get over it. Even a month later, I'm like, nope, still didn't work.
僕よりちょびっと背が高いからって、調子に乗るなよな。
Ulrich's voice, absolutely. Like, I'm like, yep, nope. That matches Ulrich to me.
この件で、さらに背を縮ませてやってもいいのだぞ。
Sasha's is the best. I can listen to him talk all day. He's perfect. I love his voice, and it works for him. It's perfect. We need more, I don't think we have any more Elcreed. But it just didn't, like, work to me for him. Alright, so that was that. We could go back. Actually, let's go back to where we were. We can get a few... We already heard Eunay's voice.
こんなものかな。もっと簡潔に言えばよかったかも。私の気持ち、ちゃんと伝わってたらいいんだけど。
When he was doing the speech part, it was almost different. I guess it was being his formal voice. This is a little bit better, but it's not quite what I was expecting, but it's not like with Elcreed. Elcreed is just it's like, it doesn't match for me. I'm like, no, it feels like I'm listening to a different character speak and looking at Elcreed. It's weird.
いいえ、伝わっていたはずですよ。お疲れ様でした、ユネ様。
I like his voice, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't, for me, match him.
うん。みんなが黙って聞いてくれたおかげだよ。
Okay, so that's basically, that's basically it. We'll go back, let's go to our menu. We'll go back to our title. So we just listened to a little bit. I don't think we got...
Steam Prison.
Hi, it's loud. I turned it up really loud in my head so I could hear it. What do we want to do? Extras. Gallery. All of our others, we'll just kind of flip through them quickly. So these are all of the ones... Oh, whoops. Sorry. From all, like, the common route and everything, and that weren't in each individual person's, like, route, so... Da, 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 da. So it's mostly just... some of them are obviously Finn ones, but see, like this! Like, I'm supposed to love Finn after this bullshit? You rapey son of a bitch. Cutting off all my hair. Power move. this one, I obviously, like, this is the one we're going to end on. So anyway, that was it. I'm sorry that even this last part I was, like, really bitchy. It's just, I swear to God, it's me. It's 100% me. It's I kind of want to get it done. This ending is extremely long, and there's a lot of stuff in it that's just not that thrilling. You're like, okay, the plot train's a little too long. It's a little bland in a lot of spots. And having to do it twice, just kind of like, even though, again, it was a month ago, I still didn't get over, like, I don't know. There's some things that you could read repeatedly. You know, it's like a good movie. You could watch it a million times. But there's other ones you're like, I watched it once, and it's been 10 years, but you want me to watch it again, and it's like, it's painful. It's kind of the way this was. And I'm sorry, because you didn't experience it firsthand with me. But it's just like, a lot of it is I did it once already, and I have to do it again. Not by choice, but because my hard drive crashed, and it still hurts! Because I'm still fighting with my computer with a lot of things because of that. So it's not like it's done, it's over, it's moved up. No. It takes an hour and 20 minutes to process one of these videos now when it used to take 20 minutes. So, like, I'm fighting with all my programs and everything to get everything back into, like, a stable place. So all of that is still just making me angsty. And then I'm re-recording 10 hours of something that I already did. On top of, it's not a fun 10 hours. Like, I hate to say that, but the first time I played through, it was like, okay, so Eunay's rut's fine, and this ending was kind of fun, but a lot of detail, you know. But when you have to do it again, it kind of weighs on you. You're like, no, you know what? It really wasn't fun. It was really easy to be like, yeah, it's fine. You know, because the game as a whole, I like. I love the game as a whole. And I like our characters for the most part, except for Finn. Okay. I like Eunay as a character. Don't really like him as a romance interest. Don't feel like there was a lot of romance in his part. Having to read the end of his route twice is like, I don't really want to do it, because it wasn't like, oh, it's so magical the first time. It was like, it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but the second time you're like, now I'm just not having fun with it. You know? And then this ending, the first time was like, wow, it's a lot. It's really long. I feel like it's never ending, and there's a lot of kind of boring moments. But overall, it's fine. When you're doing it again, you're like, oh my God, it's way more boring. Like, you know, like, I don't know. So, it's not that I hated it. So I know it feels like, oh my God, I hate this. I think it's just the combination of all the things of, like, the last bit of this was not the most thrilling, unfortunately. You know? We did our best routes in the beginning, in my opinion. The ones that I liked the most were done in the beginning. Eunay's was not, like, we got a lot more detail out of it, but again, even in this particular ending, it's like too much fucking detail. You're like, oh my God, could we just not? Because politics is so fucking boring. I don't care. Like, I had to do it twice. So, plus, again, I probably could have waited a little bit longer to record this, you know, but I wanted to get this done so that I didn't have to worry about it and try to balance it. I wanted to focus on the newer stuff, the stuff that, you know, I have to redo that you guys haven't seen yet, and Color X Malice Unlimited is coming out. So, this weekend. I literally jammed recording all of this in a matter of days. These 10 hours has been in a matter of days. That is probably why I got to this point and I'm like, oh my God, just end already! Nothing to do with the game, 100% on me, so I'm sorry, but you know me, I can't hold back. Overall, I really did enjoy this game. I enjoyed it more the first time, not gonna lie, but again, combination of factors with that one, but I'm glad we got it done. I'm glad we got the ending, at least, even if it kind of was painful for me to redo everything. But at least you get to see it, because I know for you guys, if it's just ending and you're not seeing any ending at all for Eunay's round and it just left in a cliffhanger sucks. So, I'm sorry you had to deal with my bitching. You know, I'm not going to go back and fix it, though, I can't do this a third time. So let's hope this works, because if it doesn't, I'm literally going to curl up in a ball, cry, and just quit life. Like, I'm not going to be able to handle it. So anyway, I will see you guys around in other things. We have a lot of things coming in September. Nothing obviously is coming up next after this. You're going to have to wait for September for Collar X Malice Unlimited and Love Spell. And I got a lot of stuff to do in the next couple of weeks to get those recorded. But I'm glad we got this out there and we got to finish this. Even if it was a little painful for me, I'm happy for you. And I'm just happy that it's not left as a cliffhanger because that was bugging me. So anyway, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.